TalkBack, the show where we ask tough, compelling questions from tough, compelling people. With his manliness, his mustache, and his easy sensibility, he hit the silver screen almost 25 years ago. He banged out hit after Wajahat Din and never looked back. His critics said that he peaked in the 80s, but his admirers said that he never stopped peaking. Some call him ageless and versatile and one of the toughest operators in Bollywood. We call him Mr. India. Anil Kapoor, welcome to TalkBack.
It's a pleasure.
Well, first of all, and I have to ask this one, what's up with the mustache?
It's a very Peshawari thing, it's a very Pathani thing, and I'm a Pathan's son. My father, my grandfather, they all were Pathans from Peshawar. So if you see my, meet my father, you meet my grandfather, they're all with mustache, so that's the reason, I'm with a mustache. So basically, I am, it's a very, very Pathani and a very Peshawari. You see, that's why I'm with a mustache.
Well, there's a thing in Pakistan, we say, I don't know if it's true in India, much nahi tha kuch nahi.
Much nahi tha kuch nahi, bilkul sahi kita. Or, I've tried my best, I've tried to shave off my mustache in 2 films. And
I've heard you felt naked when you did
actually
that.
Naked. I got really, my family was, my children, my mom, my dad, my parents and all, they really could not. They say, you look stupid without a mustache. So, so I've tried and I failed miserably.
Well, it's been over 25 years now.
Yeah, matter of fact, as a leading man, yes, it's been almost 25 years. 2008, right? It's 2000, yeah, right, 2008 it's going on. And
but this is one of the toughest industries in the world. How have you survived? 2.5 decades, how have you survived? Because people call you a survivor.
Thank you so much, yeah. I don't know, I think it's a blessing of God and well-wishers all over the world who have seen my films or liked my films. And I think I've been lucky, I've been fortunate, and I've been blessed more by my family, my parents, and my wife, my children. So that keeps me going.
But you've been called not just ageless, but also versatile. You've been called a tough operator, someone who adapts. Is that a fair comment?
Well, I enjoy my work, I don't really, I enjoy my work, enjoy my roles, and I've been very fortunate that I've worked with the best of directors, best of co-stars, best of scripts, so I've been lucky. I've been lucky that, I'm not trying to be modest, but I just feel that I've been, just been fortunate, and that's it.
All right, well, looking at it from today's point of view, younger heroes, tougher dance steps, a very, very fickle base as far as the box office is concerned. How do you keep up with it? Have things changed since 2.5 decades ago for you?
No, it's changed for the better. Changed for the better. Matter of fact, when I started my career in 78, 79, so it's almost 3 decades back. Since 2.5 decades, I've been a leading man. I've been called the hero, a successful hero. But I started with bit roles. But when I started as a hero, I always went for characters. Like if you see Wajahat Din, if you see Mr. India, Karma, Ishwar, Ram Lakhan, Tezab, or Beta, Lamhe, 1942, a love story. If you see all these films, they were basically they were not typical hero roles, except for 1942, a love story. They were all characters. You remember, and you remember the characters of my film. You don't remember Anil Kapoor. So that's what I think has been the reason of my longevity. That's the reason for my whatever I am today, is because of that. Instinctively, I went for characters rather than being a typical hero and trying to run around trees and sing songs. I sang songs in a lot of films and all, but basically I was playing solid characters. It might be a Karma, or it might be a Ram Lakhan, it might be a Tezab, it might be a Virasat, it might be a Nayak. All were very strong characters. Now, even the recent films which I've done, which I've released now, Welcome, where I played Majnu Bhai, like for example, the hero of the film actually is Akshay Kumar. He's singing the songs, he's playing the romantic lead, I am playing Majnu Bhai. So Majnu Bhai, when you come out of the theatre, what is important, that do they remember the character or no? And they do remember. In Race, for example, now again, if you see the hero of the film is, Saif Ali Khan or Akshay Khanna, they're singing the songs. I'm not singing a single song. But people, when they come out of the theatre, they talk about R.D., the character which I played. In black and white, I play, the hero of the film is a young boy, Or in Ram Lakhan, the hero was Jackie Shroff. I was just playing Lakhan. So it's that. So I've gone for like BB number 1 I did with Salman Khan. Salman Khan was the hero of the film. I had a choice to play Salman Khan's role, or I play the character which I played in BB number 1 of, his name was also Lakhan in the film. but I prefer to do that character opposite Tabu. So I have opted for characters all my entire career, and that's the reason of my longevity. And so if I go out, people call me either Mr. India, they call me Munna. Now for Munna Bhai came much later, but I did Munna and made it into an iconic name from Teza. Till today, people call me Munna. And Munna became so popular that people started writing films on Munna, and they titled the film Munna Bhai. So it's the characters they remember. They never remember, like Devanand is always remembered as Devanand. But I'm remembered, except for Guide or something like that. He's a great guy. I don't, his achievements have been great, tremendous. But everybody has got different ways of doing things, different ways of, handling their careers and handling their life, personal life and all those kind of things. So that's the way, I think that's the reason of my longevity.
Well, you say that you opt for characters. What's the thought process which goes behind picking a character, choosing a film?
It's so many things,
How does it start?
It's just an instinct,
What's the process? A director throws a script your way? How does it begin?
Yeah, obviously first they narrate me the script, the story of the film, and this, first it's an idea, then the character, then the story, then the screenplay, and how the treatment is going to be, and then who the co-star is going to be, who are the other co-stars, who's going to be the music director, all the, the entire, it's basically filmmaking is a very, very combined effort. It's not an individual, and I myself cannot make a film, neither a director alone can make a film. It's basically a combined effort.
But what's the thought process which goes behind you picking a character?
I told you.
What do you think?
It's not a thought process. It's an instinctive. It's either you have it or you don't have it. So I just have an instinctive feel for a film, for a character. It just comes like this. There's not too much thought gone into it, and I don't read books and to understand character. I just come. I say, "Ye karna hai, bas khatam baat."
All right. Well, this is some tough criticism you get. That in the 80s, your critics say that you peaked in the 80s during the Ram Lakhan days, during the Tezab days, during the Parinda days, and then you settled down. Your admirers, however, say that no, Anil Kapoor has just adapted and kept on going on and on and on. What's true? Which side?
Like I was just reading an article that the title of the article which just wrote, they called it a marathon man. They called me the marathon man. And they said 70s belong to Amitabh Bachchan and 80s belong to Anil Kapoor because I gave the maximum hits in the 80s. So every star, but I have been giving hits for 3 decades. In the 80s I've given blockbusters, in the 90s I've given blockbusters, and now in 2000 I've given blockbusters. So I've given hits. And how do you see a star if he's accepted by the audience? Is by success. Not only that your performances are appreciated, but the films also become huge successes. So that's where the way the box office, and that's the way people and the media today also reacts to success. It's only after your death that people react to good work, actually. But it's basically, if you're talking to me because, yes, of course, I'm successful. It will be very rare that someone will be, a very rare person will come and see, nahi yaar, usne bahut zabardast kaam kiya tha ek picture mein aur 80s mein bahut zabardast kaam kiya tha. They're not interested. If I was just 80s, then you would not be taking my interview today. You are basically come to me and taking my interview, and people are interested in watching my interviews because I've given hits in 80s, 90s and 2000. Yes, of course. In 80s, I gave, maximum lot of hits, like Amitabh did in 70s, I did in 80s. And in 2000, Shah Rukh Khan is given the maximum hits. It doesn't mean that, 2000 doesn't belong to Amitabh Bachchan or 90s didn't belong to him. You belong